Greetings, fellow Poltermasters. Greetings, fellow Poltermasters. I'm Crash Rowsell, and it's once again time to crash Skylanders with another top 5 video here on the channel. Thank you all so much for coming and watching this. It means the world to me that you guys are here. Do you know why? Because I've led you into a trap. I'm just kidding. We're talking about Imaginators, however, so that's kind of a trap in itself. Regardless, Imaginators came out. It's the last game in the Skylanders franchise, because Ring of Heroes don't count. And the last console game, that is. And I gotta say, it did introduce some pretty cool things. The senseis and the villains, along with creating your own Skylander. But, of course, they had to sprinkle in their own little kind of enemy, and decided to bring out Doomlanders. Now, the Doomlanders are a very interesting thing, because they all have their own battle classes. And to introduce those battle classes with some unique characters, and of course the good battles and stuff like that, today I'm going to be breaking it down, my top 5 Doomlanders. Wow. So the criteria I have in this list is rated under two things. The actual Doomlander itself, and the battle that it's in. So of course, I looked at all criteria, I did all the battles over again so I could see what they're like, and actually use the Skylander of the opposite. So if I did a Brawler, if I was taking on the Brawler Skylander, I used the Brawler Skylander. If I was taking on the Sorcerer, I used the Sorcerer. So that's how I decided criteria on this, to see how well the battle is, how much enjoyed it, and everything like that. So I feel like I did a pretty good list on this one, but, as I say for every top 5, this is my personal top 5, meaning, if you don't agree with this list, that's perfectly fine. You're allowed to have a difference of opinion on this channel, as long as you're respectful. So as long as you respect me, I'll respect you. Seems pretty fair to me. So for now, I'm gonna hop over slightly to the side here. The video's gonna come up right here. I don't know why I did it like that. Hey. I got some long arms. Yeah. Stone camera frame though. But regardless, the video's gonna come up here, and we're gonna talk about our top 5 Doomlanders, starting with number 5. So kicking us off at number 5 is the Sorcerer Doomlander. Now, the Sorcerer Doomlander is the first Doomlander you face off against. And I apologize if I call them Doom Raiders or Skylanders, they are Doomlanders. Regardless, however, this is the first Doomlander you face off with. And it's a very interesting introduction to the game. Because you just played this level, you're in the future, kind of, in a way. The Arcanians are futuristic, I guess. And you end up fighting Kaos. He drops the Sorcerer Skylander. Now, this battle isn't hard, there's nothing complicated about it. But playing this level introduces you to the game, and you realize this is actually going to be interesting. And you know at the end of every battle, or every level, you're going to have to face off against Doomlander, except for one. Maybe talk about that one later. So when you play this, you look at it and you're just like, this is going to be an interesting concept. The Sorcerer, for example, is pretty OP at times, because you beat him down a lot, and then for one reason you're hitting him like crazy, and he doesn't lose a single bit of health, so you actually have to stop and let him teleport away. As weird as it is, that's strategic. And I like that idea. I like the fact that it's a little bit of strategy mixed in with it, where you're talking about how, you know, it's supposed to do something like that, where like you're supposed to stop fighting to let him recharge. It's interesting. So letting the Sorcerer come in for the first battle of this game is very interesting, and I absolutely love it. So that's why the Sorcerer gets number 5 on the list. Not the Sorceress, that's from Spyro. The Sorcerer is from Skylanders. There's a difference. Number 4 on the list is the Swashbuckler Doomlander. Now this Skylander, I can tell you, this was a fun one. For one big reason. E12. The Swashbuckler was one of my favorite battles because it was a tough battle. The Swashbuckler has the big swing ability, or this big spin ability where it spins around and attacks and all that stuff. And I gotta say, it was one of those levels where I had a legit hard time beating him. Or her, actually, it's a girl, I forgot about that. Her bone swords are so much fun. I absolutely love that she has that whole spin ability. You have to just get away and then you can attack from then on. Playing as this one as a Swashbuckler, I played as Celio Oscuro, by the way. Imagine Lock shout out. Probably have me right there anyways. But regardless, I was playing as him, and taking out a Swashbuckler as a Swashbuckler was actually kind of tough. But her level itself is fantastic. It's one of those where you know everything about Skylanders. You've already played it, you know exactly how to play it and beat it and everything, but then she flips it on her head, and you actually have to kind of have a little bit of strategy while getting around and using different kinds of moves and everything like that. So her fight is one of my favorites for that reason, is it actually gives you something new and unique that you already thought you knew. So it's very cool to have her sprinkled in there and made it fantastic. So for number 4 is the Swashbuckler Doomlander battle, well, Doomlander in general. So for number 3 is the ninja. Oh, yeah. I'm a ninja. You didn't know where I went, did you? I disappeared like a ninja. And that's one thing I love about the ninja battle. So of course you're facing off to the ninja, and he's very tough to begin with because, you know, he's throwing out these giant lines of ninja stars, and they can explode and hurt you and everything. But then he turns invisible and multiplies himself. And it is very obvious to see which one it is, but when you're first playing this, you have no clue. You don't really realize that he has that. Of course, there's that one person who comes like, "Oh, Crash, actually, I realized that it was that he was there right away. I'm really smart." You are. Don't worry. You're very smart. You needed to hear that today for some reason. But regardless, I absolutely loved the fact that he turned invisible and became multiple enemies. You had to try to beat them all. I went to this one as fighting as Seesaw. Remember this little babies right here? You know, Rainstorm Riddles. If you're watching, still got them. Don't worry. There we go. And the fight itself was fantastic. I absolutely loved playing it as a ninja-based, or the ninja, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. You know what I'm talking about. Playing as the ninja class. There we go. I loved facing off a ninja as a ninja. It was so much fun being able to face off against him and actually have a fantastic fight with it too. The ninja, however, was a great design. I love the fact that he had some great ninja star abilities, and of course that invisibility thing where he multiplies. That was so cool, and that was one of my favorites for sure. So there's no way that ninja has to get any higher than number 3, because I have a reason for the other 2, probably, I think. But number 3 is the ninja class. Number 2 is the Knight Doomlander. The Knight Doomlander, man oh man. Taking him on Sabretooth was fun, I can tell you that one. I forgot to say in the Sorcerer I played as Pot of Chant. But for this one I faced as him with Sabretooth. And yeah, this was a fun battle. The Knight, however, has one thing that I do not like. He has the ability to auto-aim. Now, I just said I don't like it. How is he number 2? Makes the level way more challenging. And I like the game to be a little bit more challenging, especially Skylanders, since, you know, they decided to just throw a difficulty curve out of nowhere and make it super hard. But yeah, it's one of the things I like about this one is the fact that he's got the Knight and he's got it charging up and he walks, and no matter where you go, he turns and follows you and can still hit you. So you actually got to be very strategic with it. The Knight battle is so much fun, especially when you're playing as a Knight who doesn't really have a lot of ranged abilities, except for your Sabretooth, you can do that Fire Dash. Fire Dash, you know, my favorites. I love the Fire Dash. But, I absolutely love that match with him. The Knight is one of those characters where, like, you face out and you're like, oh, he's just going to be a Knight, this is going to be fine. And then he gives you one of the most challenging fights in the entire game. And there's no brainer than to give him this high in the level. If you haven't, go play this level with your Knight character and you'll understand what I mean. Literally takes a few minutes. It's so much fun to play with him. Play with another character until you get off to the end with the Knight. Don't play as your Knight the whole time. That's what I'm just saying. When you get to the final battle, switch out to your Knight class, Skylander, or Imaginator, and have a fight. And you understand why he gets number 2 on this list. So the Knight gets number 2. Now, number 1 on the list is a personal preference of mine because I am a punch him in the face and never ask questions later kind of guy. Never been in a fight in his life, but whatever. Brawler gets number 1 on the list. So I faced him off as your boy Boulder Badger. Whipped him apart in seconds, just saying, because Boulder Badger is like level 50 something. That doesn't seem fair. But regardless, the Brawler is really cool for one thing. You're expecting a one-on-one fist fight. When you first face off against him, you're walking up, you're punching him in the face, he runs up, he does the charge attack, he does the thing, you're like, cool. Second time, however, he starts shooting fists out of his eye. And you're just like, hold on a second, hold on. So literally, he charges up and shoots stuff out of his eyes. So he's not just a brawler, he's a range attacker. And what do I like? A brawler and a range attacker. One that's both. And of course, he drops down the bees at the end, so you have to destroy the honeycombs, which he can actually destroy himself with his laser eyes. Fun fact if you didn't know that. So I love the fact that this is not just your typical one-on-one fist fight that you thought you were going to have. It's literally a fight, and it's challenging, and it's fun, and I really enjoyed it. So ladies and gentlemen, number 1 on the list is the Brawler one because of the fact that it's not what you expect. You're expecting a one-on-one fist fight in the middle of a boxing ring at the end of the Mushroom River, for example, my favorite level in Imaginators. But yeah, it's not what you expect, and that's why it gets number 1 on the list. And there we go, folks. That is my top 5 Doomlanders here on the channel. If you agree with me, let me know in the comments below. And of course, when you disagree with me, let me know in the comments below. As always, just gotta be Be respectful, as I say, as I can't speak my words. Thank you so much for watching this top 5. Remember to come back next week for another awesome video. And of course, if you're new to the channel, welcome. I post Skylander content basically daily, except for Sundays and Wednesdays. Maybe I might have another series by then. Probably not, let's be honest here. Maybe, I don't know, I haven't decided yet. This is past me talking. So future me might already have like 5 series extra and he'd be like, ha, idiot. But thank you so much for watching this video. It means the world to me if you stop by here on this Saturday or whenever you're watching this to watch this video. Thank you so much. Let me know in the comment below when you're watching this. Did you watch this brand new or you watched this like 6 years later when I'm not even making Skylar content anymore? Don't say that! But as always, I bid you farewell.